What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to the channel here, Turbo Talon Golf on YouTube. I got my Garmin R10 back from a buddy that was borrowing it. You can see that down at the bottom left of the screen. And I don't believe I've ever had my Garmin R10 connected to GSPro before today, because what I want to do is play the auto putt, the SGT auto putt with it. What I'm doing is I'm trying to rotate through these different launch monitors to keep the content as fresh as I can. I realize it's not always going to be super fresh. It's the same thing happening in the same garage by the same bald dude. However, let's go ahead and play the Auto Putt Summer 2025, Week 18. It's at Bahia Beach Resort. It's going to be 2 rounds, but it should go semi-quick because there would be no putting. Bahia Beach Resort and GC is in Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. Looks like it was designed by Robert Trent Jones Jr. And from the 5,800 yard tees that we're going to be playing from in these 2 rounds, we have a slope of 135, 113 being an average course, and 155 being a very difficult course. And the rating is 69.6, meaning a scratch golfer on average is going to shoot about 2.4 strokes below under par. I don't know what we're looking at. We'll have to see what are the hazards. Has it got a lot of elevation? Does it have a lot of trees lining the fairways? It's really hard to tell because I don't remember ever playing this. But you'll see that we're playing 5,848 yard tees. Total course length there. Friday pins, we are playing auto putt fixed, meaning depending on how far I land from the flag, once I'm on the green, I'll either be given an additional 1, 2, or 3 strokes to my score, indicating I 1, 2, or 3 putted. Green firmness is normal, stimps 10, so a little softer than I'm used to playing. Fairway firmness is normal. The wind is breezy, meaning you can expect to see about, I'd say, between 5 and 10 mile an hour speeds, and obviously we're going to be very near sea level in Puerto Rico. Let's load up round 1. I did some minor calibration on the Garmin R10. It's a pretty good little launch monitor. I meant to order some RCT golf balls, which are better for these radar-based, Doppler radar-based launch monitors like the Garmin, Mevo Plus, etc., etc. But I did not order them because a box of RCT balls is $85. It doesn't mean I won't order them. It's just I watched a lot of videos that suggested that the data it gets from a normal golf ball versus the data it gets from an RCT golf ball are not that different. There you have it. Also, with these, the Garmin R10 does not like to have any sort of electrical interference or anything, or it doesn't read correctly. So I can't run my fan back here, which is unfortunate because it is, well, it's only about 78 degrees Fahrenheit here in the simulator, but the air is absolutely still, and it makes it feel a lot warmer than it really is. So I'll just spray myself with this bottle, and I've got a wet rag here that I'm keeping cool with / cleaning the grips on my clubs. There you have it. Okay, graphics are loading in. We got some trees jigglying around, and looks like we're all loaded in here. Fairways don't look too bad. That bunker on the right is, well, I don't know how far I'm going to hit at sea level with the Garmin. I've never hooked the Garmin up to to GSPro. So let's take this adventure together. My button box is wigging out, so I'm back to the old keyboard and mouse, which is not bad. Let's pretend I'm in a fly 230 with the driver and see how the Garmin does. Guys, the Garmin doesn't read side spin as well as other launch monitors do. I'm expecting to have straighter drives and such, but that's hard to say right now. Let's see what happens here for the first few drives, and then we'll know kind of what to expect. Garmin didn't register anything. I'm going to look back at it and make sure that we're getting the proper lights. Okay, now it's just flashing. It's flashing a white light, and I don't know what that means. Nothing really changed here in the simulator. Let's go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on. It was working fine on the driving range. Okay. Man, switching between these launch monitors is a massive pain in the ass. Because now we've got a flashing blue light. Let's check the connector. I'll bring that up on the screen. Come on. Connector says we're not ready. Guys, I am not going to troubleshoot while you sit here watching this video. Everybody's got better stuff to do. Let me do some troubleshooting. I'll be back. Okay, connector showing green again. The Garmin is flashing green. I don't know, guys. Usually once you get it figured out, it's not too bad, but the process of doing so can be quite cumbersome. Okay, so some of my drives look like that, but not all of them. Remember, the Garmin R10 is feeding data through the Bluetooth connection. It's connected to my PC and then feeding that data into GSPro, and GSPro does its calculations and runs its algorithms, and your ball appears in the environment. So there you go. Wind's blowing from right to left at about 10 miles an hour. I'm going to try to hit the center of this green. And you guys will see the auto putt from there. Well, you would see the auto putt, except I didn't get on the green. I'm definitely going to have to see, I guess, what am I trying to say here? See what my clubs hit with the Garmin, which sucks because I hate memorizing crap. So I'm probably not going to. Okay, I think we'll get a 2-putt out of that. Bogey. Could you have dunked that putt? Sure, but on the auto putt tour, it doesn't matter. Second hole is a 300-yard par 4, certainly a scoring opportunity. Let's check out what danger may be on this hole. I can see the split fairway. It's not a split fairway, but if you hit any more than about 215 yards, you run the risk of really screwing yourself. You're gonna have to hit 2 shots anyway, so I don't really see the point in trying anything heroic. Let's hit this ping 5 wood. Close this mini map. That was sky high and into a bunker. Impact was here on the screen. 10 yards offline to the right. I'd say that's not too bad. You obviously want to be not in a bunker on this, but apparently I skied the ball. I guess that is pretty high for a 5 wood. Wouldn't be surprised if we're in the other bunker. Oh wow, I was joking, but there we are. You guys can see the Garmin R10 does not make anything easier. So we'll chip up, we'll see how close we can get. Two putt. And honestly, you're probably actually going to 2-putt from there because that green had some undulation on it. Number 3 is also a short par 4. For some reason, I'm just unable to capitalize and score. We've gone bogey on both holes so far. You can see this Watt Bend guy is 13 under par, and everybody else is positive. Well, maybe a couple that are almost scratch. That was pretty accurate. That ball was a little piss missile. .211 yards to go. There's some water on the left. I'm not making this easy on myself, guys. Not at all. What do I got to hit? 31 yards. We're in the rough. We've got a little bit of left lie. The Garmin can see your waggle, so be aware of that. Nice shot. I think we saved par there. All right, we got a little buck 42. 8-iron is normally my 140-ish club, especially at sea level. We got 7 miles an hour blowing to the out of the right. Just stay up, just stay up. That's all I care about. Guys, sometimes on this auto putt tour, it's better to land green side and try to chip closer to the pin than it is to land in the 3-putt zone for obvious reasons. I know it almost seems like you're gaming the system, but the auto putt tour, you're taking an entire element out of your game, right? The putting. It took a second to register that. Can try to chip it up. This is the absolute worst situation you can be in with the Garmin. This close to the pin. I don't know if it has a concede option. It does, but it's not the one I'm looking for. You basically got to exaggerate the backswing. And for some reason, why did we have putter selected? You can't, it's not, it's the auto putt tour. Okay, that was an unnecessary stroke, lesson learned. We got to fly to, let's try to land right in this area. Oh man, it's like every one of these launch monitors has its own little nuance. Sometimes it becomes frustrating because I've taken an extra stroke now, which I can't stand. You can see there's not a lot of slicey or hooky in the shots, right? They go a distance, and bang, you're there. 246 to the pin. This is a par 5. That's kind of a suicide mission in my opinion. Let's hit over here. Let's hit to the 167 and maybe not leave us such a weird distance in. So I need to hit about 170. That shot actually would have gone right like that, so it's kind of nice to see the Garmin picked it up. I'll get some RCT balls coming in the mail. And then we want to land as close to this pin as we can, you know, because we're not putting. But I also don't want to be in the drink. I know I need to go 120. That really was not the shot I was looking for, but it is the shot we were dealt, and you got to move on. It's going somewhere. Should sit. Nope, it shouldn't. It didn't. Lob wedge. It's telling us to use a lob wedge. I'm going to pay attention to that this time. We just want to get up here by the pin and take our one putt. It takes a little longer to calculate those short chip shots, but it does a pretty good job. It is hotter than hell in here. Stagnant air, par 4. Let's try to land in this area, and then we'll have a buck 40 in, maybe a little further. I ordered some new simulator tees. Those should be here in the next week or so. I'm hitting 3 wood. And we have blasted that ball too far, meaning we're going to have to make some calculations and deal with some slope, which is not ideal, but went a little too far. I'd say that's a pretty good problem to have. We've got another green that's got water on the left. You really just want to get near the pin. 142. We're going to lose some distance though. Maybe hit an 8-iron. And then you can see from the mini map that the ball is going to come out to the right. You're going to want to aim a little to the left maybe, but not too much. You don't want to be going in the water. And it'd also be nice to be on the green at all. "20 yards up. Just need to get near the pin, maybe hit, I don't know, 15, 16, I don't know. Unfortunately, that's going to fall in 2-putt territory for another bogey. We're already 5 over after 6. I don't love it. Let's check our mini map. To not be in water territory, we need to go at least, what, 184. This is another par 5. It's so quiet in here when my fan's not running. And then you've got the wind blowing. Don't forget the wind. You can still slice with the Garmin R10. It's not the perfect way to find fairways like some people think. Okay, got a downhill lie. It's not smart to hit too low of a lofted club. Your ball's going to want to go to the right, counter aim a smidge to the left, and hit your shot. Think we'll be in the fairway or close. Not bad with the 7 wood. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. 82 in. Wind's blowing to the right. Give yourself a little bit of leeway there. These pin positions are tricky. It's not picking up my backswing, guys. This is the worst position you can be in with the Garmin. Worst position. You've got to exaggerate your backswing. Watch. I'm not such a fan of this thing at this point. Okay. Outside the circle. Bogey, 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 bogey. 375, par 4. You guys, we should be scoring like mad dogs, and we're just not. We're not doing it. Not doing too bad off the tee. It's just getting a ball to stick to the green is pretty difficult. We're 144 out. At this point in time, I just want to be on the green. If I'm 144 to the pin, maybe a little 137 easy 8-iron. Wind is blowing in our face / down. Remember that. And it's short. So an 8-iron just went. An 8-iron carried 110. That's pretty atypical. You guys you're gonna have to dial your stuff in. I don't suggest switching launch monitors like I do as often as I do. And we are in the 3 putt, so that's gonna be another shitty score, double bogey. I'd say the 3 putt, most of the time, depending on the size of the gimme circle in GSPro, 3 putts are pretty rare unless you're on like a real just the green hates you. So these rounds are probably going to be pretty bloated up. It doesn't matter. Just have a good time. All right, wind's blowing. Let's aim over to the left. I am not able to get good contact on a ball yet. No, that was thick. Get up at least. Not bad. Take your par, easy hole, one swing. An entire hole is cleared out in one swing. That's pretty convenient. What do we got here on 10? If you're really thumping the ball, I'm going to try it because why not? Basically playing a video game. Strange little ball flight there. Let's see if a sim drop suits us best or if we can play out of here. We can play out of here. I'm trying to see where the ball impacted the screen to see why it went so far left. Where'd the ball impact the screen, sucker? It looks like right here. Shouldn't have gone that far left. Okay. If you punch out of here, you're going to hit into the bunker. I'd say for a pretty good certainty. Let's just try to go through the leaves 50 yards. I'm sure it's going to get knocked down. I can't punch. Hopefully we're not in a worse position than we were to begin with, right? Okay, I mean that's probably a little smidge better than it would have been if we'd have punched. Worst position you can be in with a Garmin is right here. Short-sighted. Didn't pick it up. Par. Where'd my towel go? Did it fall off? Am I losing my mind? It's probably some combination of the two. I think I'm losing it. Okay. Oh, it's right here. 405. What do we got? We're 8 over par after 10 holes, huh? There's another weird little ball flight. Here's where you really got to decide if a sim drop suits you. Looks like we're between two trees. Ball hit right here. So yes, it would have gone left. I'm not denying that part. But we are 194 in a real bad way. You can take a stroke to try to get out of here if you think you're clever. Let's see what other options we have. We can get out right here. It's all tricky. None of it is going to be advantageous to us at all. I would say you could chip out if you were being a real sportsman, I guess. Let's try to hit something through with a low lofted iron. I feel like your sim drop should be reserved for when you cannot see where you're going. You're literally in the bush. That's my 2 cents. Use them however you want. That was a 5-iron punch. That shouldn't have had that trajectory. The ball hit right here. The Garmin's doing the best it can. But we're having a good time, right? We're having a good time with the Garmin. Let's get up there. This is our 3rd shot. I'm going to use a gap wedge. Mind the wind. We'll probably be chipping from off the green. .22. It's going to go too far. Sit for your 2. I think that's a par. Oh, that's a stinking bogey. Bogey golf, bogey golf. But somehow you got some dude that's 13 under par. Gonna hit over these trees. That's not probably the ball flight we should have had. It is okay. The Garmin's doing the best it can. 135. .135 out of this, and I don't want nothing to do with that water. Let me hit a 7-iron. Should be at least in the 2. You guys, I play a lot of golf in the simulator and a lot of golf out on the real golf course. A few things are immediately springing out at me. Some missed shots, some other stuff like that, but I'm not using the RCT balls. That may have something to do with it. And I don't believe you can't really get anything for club. Like club stickers or anything like you can for some of those other brands that use those club stickers. The little tissue reflective club stickers. We have 141 into a pretty safe pin unless you pull something way to the left. And the wind's going to help you to the right. 130. Should be about a 9-iron. I don't know what that shot was. I mean, it was shitty. I honestly don't even know how that happened. What's our next option? Move back. Can we move back into the fairway? We can. 100 yards out, but it's not all roses and pony farts. We did take a penalty. Wind's gonna blow you to the right. And we're going to be chipping onto the green again, which is, depending on how close you are, is not good with the Garmin. 18. Just stop, just stop, just stop. Tricky green. Lob wedge. Guys, these shots are a nightmare. You got to accelerate your club back. It's kind of stupid. I mean, it would have been cooler if that went in, but we're just on a damn bogey fest right now. What are we at? 12 over after 13. Dude. I'm trying to decide if this is a blessing or a curse, because this course isn't hard enough to warrant those kind of scores. 463. I have hit a couple of stupid shots. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, this is tricky. If it does one of those to the left shots, we're going to be obviously in a heap of crap here. It's going a little to the right, and we'll be in the rough, it looks like. 232 to the pin. We still got a ways to go upward. You've got an upward slope. I would say don't do anything heroic here. You will regret it. Just go over, try to get your ball over here and give yourself a nice little shot into the green. Hopefully that's not in the water. Bounce right. Good shot. "44 yards. "40 yards. Okay, we were lucky to get into the 2-putt. Par. .114 gap wedge territory. We got wind in our face, and we're just gonna aim for the center of the green. I don't think that should have gone left. And we're going to be in 3-putt, so that's going to be an automatic bogey. I don't know if I like this or not, because we're at 13 over already. Maybe that's just first round, the first round getting the heebie-jeebies out, I don't know. Okay, doing these weird left shots, which I don't really care for. They're leaving us in some pretty crummy predicaments. We should be able to get out of there though. 187. 187. Ball's gonna want to go right. We're on a downhill lie. Let's use this ping 5 wood and see what happens. fat, but we're safe. Lee in the bunker. So you'll need to chip into the one putt area, or you're gonna walk out of here with another bogey. Right lie, 40. So we need to hit like a 70-yard chip. Oh no. You guys definitely you gotta game this auto putt system. Or you're just gonna be one bogey after another, after another, after another. That's what we're doing. This score's, I'm not so happy about it. 154. Okay, that's going to be an auto par. 361. This hole's got OB on the right and water on the left. It's a par 4 at 361 yards. If we do the hit the driver left thing, we risk being wet. A little piss missile, should be dry. I'll get some RCT balls in because I won't be able to play auto putt again until the league resets. I'll get some RCT balls coming in the mail in the meantime. Wind's gonna push us to the left. Be aware of that. Get in the 2-putt. There's round 1 for you. 86. A lot of bogeys and a few doubles and some pars. You're not going to get any birdie looks because you've got to be pretty accurate with your approach and land in that circle. Sim golf tournaments, we should be on 2. Auto Putt Summer 2025 round 2. Doesn't look like anything really changed here. Saturday pins. Yeah, let's load it up and play round 2. That video was 43 minutes long. I would imagine because of my yammering in the beginning. We'll see what this next round does. I think that first hole was a tee shot hole. And now we do it again. Was not a particularly stimulating round. Let's see if this one's a little bit better. See, that kind of worked. Because usually what will happen is those will start off left and then they'll fade over to the right. But the Garmin's not, I don't think it's seeing enough data to do that. So we'll just have to play it by ear. What's our wind doing? Our wind must be calm now because breezy's going to be between 5 and 10 miles an hour, calm's between 0 and 5 or 5 and 1 or whatever. Sit. Don't make me chip from there. That's prime territory for a crummy shot. Hole 2, 305 yard par 4. Oh, that's right. I don't want to hit driver here. Where are we aiming? Let's actually aim like adults. Aim right here. Let's see. That's gonna be fine. Might not be on the fairway. But honestly, I'm rarely on the fairway in here or on the real golf course. So it's not that big a deal. 75 yards. 75 yards. Let's just play 75 yards. We got a little bit of wind in our face. Ball's going to want to go right, but the wind's blowing left. All right, back-to-back pars. Not sure how we were doing on the last hole. Again, there's really not much of a reason to hit driver. Let's make sure we're aimed a little bit over here. That ball should have gone a little bit to the right. Impact was here. "72 yards. We're up and we got some wind in our face. Ball's gonna wanna go left. Let's aim a smidge to the right and just get on the green. No heroics. That'll work just fine. Get in the hole. First birdie of this auto putt for us. 136. Let's just get on the damn green here. I don't even want to futz with it. Please get up there. Don't make me chip. Oh my goodness. That's 2 back-to-back birdies. Wow. What do we got here? Par 5, presumably. Let's open this mini map so it's not a mini map anymore. I want to go right here. You could play it safe. This is a stupid shot right here. And that makes it perfect. Perfectly stupid. I'm trying to decide if I should order a new Caddie button box and risk frying it or not. It's hard to say. That might be wet. Ball hit right here, and it should have come back. It should have come back and faded over, but it didn't. And now we'll have to see what kind of disadvantage we're at. Next option, so we're 353 out from there, 357 out from there. And once it says you're trying to drop in the water, it does not give a shit what you try to do. You're stuck there. So you go next option. So 350, 356, or 445. I'm going to rehit. And if that lightning strikes twice in one spot, well, that's just going to need to be the way it is. Okay, it's not going to come back over. The Garmin R10's not going to observe that shot shape. It's just not going to do it. So what's our next option? 415, 418, 443. This is getting to be a blow-up hole. Let's just hit way, way, way over there. It's not going to come back. And after a couple of rehits, there we are. You're not going to beat anybody with that shot. And we're still 220 in, and we're on our sixth shot. 142. I'm not risking that. Hit you a nice little 8-iron or something here. And then you should have a respectable distance into the hole. Try to get it as close as you can to the pin because you're hemorrhaging strokes at this point. 88. Should be a 2-putt. For, unfortunately, a quad, but that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. 211. I think it was a quad. I don't know how to pull the scorecard up on the keyboard tab. Scorecard, 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 shot, cam, T. Yeah, that was a quad. That's unfortunate. That's also unfortunate. It's not going to fly the bunker. And where did my tee go? There we go. Now I don't have to go into purgatory behind the screen. 171 into the pin. Dangerous shot. I would say play something smart about right there and hope for salvation. 160. And remember, you got to get out of there, and you're going over water. This is a pretty stupid shot. Is it gonna make it? It is, unless we get a real poopy bounce. Looks like we're about 55 yards out from the pin. I am sweating like a person who's hot. In church. Lol. Okay. Still doing better than last round, I would say, by a notable margin. Number 7 is a 485 yard par 5. 218. Little 3-wood there, 240. Oh, we have to go that far again. What do we got here? Slightly uphill lie, wind's blowing to the right. There's 100 bunkers up there, guys. You got to decide what you're doing. I'm deciding to not care. I'm deciding to throw caution to the wind. Will it pay off? No, it will not. If I could have flown that a smidge further, we would have probably been in there for a bird. That's not to say we can't still get a birdie, because we're on our 3rd shot on a par 5. Very birdieable. 15. Okay, brought us back down to 2 over after 7 holes. We were doing markedly better than we did last time. Another hole that I don't really think warrants driver. Let us hit the 3est of woods. Don't go too much further left. Okay. Okay. Wayne, 137, and we know the ball ain't gonna go far enough. We're up. Just a nice lazy 7-iron. Why wouldn't I be aimed for the green right here? Why? Oh, that's looking nice. Greens are too hard for it to sit that pretty, but still a good shot. Buck 50. See, that 7-iron only carried 135, dude. Yeah, I'm way short. I'm way short with the Garmin. 7-iron carry. 135, huh? Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. All right, we have to chip, and I don't care for chipping with the Garmin. Let's see if we can hornswoggle this thing into thinking we're playing golf here. I'll take it. That was weird, but I'll take it. 275. What did we do here last time? I believe we hit pretty far to the left, if I'm not mistaken. And that's probably when I started griping about my ball going to the left, right? Yeah, I think that's when I started griping about those balls going to the left. Let's hit a 7-wood. Little bottle cap tee here. Well, hell, that ain't too much better. Hopefully it sits. 65 yards to the pin. Not a bad distance. Little 213. 205 carry, 213 total distance with the 7-wood, and that's at sea level. What do I want to hit? Oh, get in the gimme circle. This round is going much better than round 1 did. Obviously, we're never going to catch up to the dude who's 13 under par, but a boy can dream. 422-yard par 5. Let's hit 3-wood off a little tee here. You can see these shots don't have a whole lot of masse on them. That should have gone a little to the right. It was absolutely creamed. 180, what's my 180 club in the sim here? Gosh, I would say it's either a 4 or a 5 iron, because nothing's going quite as far as it should. Let's hit a 4 iron and see if we don't fly over the back of the green. Nope, because it's fat. Fat, fat, fat. This preferred hitting strip is not going to give you any leeway. It is not going to. 43, maybe we try to hit about 35, 36. That was thin and still might work, believe it or not. Oh boy. 12th hole is a dogleg right because I can't even see the pin. Par 4. I'm sad I fried my button box, but it's honestly just not that much different with the keyboard. It's not fried, it's just the Y button, which is for heat map, is reporting nonstop. Like if I plug it in and turned on like word, it would just hit why. Why? That's what it's saying. It's saying, why did you fry me? Thought we were buddies. Is that gonna play? Get under or through the tree? We should be able to play that 127. Let's hit an 8-iron because I got a sneaking suspicion a 9 won't go far enough. Oh, bounce left. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is the worst shot you can have with the Garmin. Worst, worst, worst. Register it. Yes. How did we get down to 1? Oh, wow. This round's going markedly better than the other one did. 306. Hitting this 181. Oh, where's my tee? Little iron tee here. Uh-oh. That's the first slicey looking shot I've seen in a while from the Garmin, and it was from a 4-iron. What do we got? 168 in. Trouble though, it's a par 4. You gotta kinda take your lumps here. Maybe try to land something. What's that distance? I can't tell because it's inside of a tree, and this is regular rough. Is that going to be wet? It is not. It's not going to be in the fairway though either. 28 yards. Not on in 2. Ball's going to want to go left. 28, 28, 28, 28. Well, that was not that good. That was actually pretty bad. Now I got to do this damn thing. I hate this. Oh, why did you do that? All right, that hole is going to be bad. What, double? Oh. I guess if you're using a $600 launch monitor in a simulator that I shall not say how much is worth, maybe I'm the dumbass. I'm thinking I'm the dumbass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's me. That should go right. See if we need to use a sim drop or not. Are we in front of the tree or behind it? That's, I believe, is the universal question. Can we get out of here? At least we're eating a stroke on a par 5 and not a par 4, right? Are all of these colliders? Yes, they are. I do not particularly give a crap. Not bad. A little to the left of the marker. 135 in. Let's see if we can be on in 3. Wind left. Nothing too egregious here. Nothing too egregious here. Except that. Oh boy. Will it recognize a little bumping around? Oh no. I don't think the Garmin R10 does bump and runs now that I'm thinking about it. Let's get the 60-degree wedge out and at least get the ball in the air. Come on. Oh, yes. Didn't blow it through the gimme circle. $103 How's that so short? Are you telling me my gap wedge just went 86 yards? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, the Garmin's pretty short, unfortunately, but it's good for what it is. Clearly a missed shot. Do I have any mulligans? I doubt it. At least stop in the one putt circle, for God's sake. Crap. Okay. 16. There's my tee in my pocket. We're 18 over par, which ain't bad. 18 over 36 holes is just not that bad of a score. It's not that bad of a score. Auto putt. 197. What do we hit for 197? A little 7 wood. It's a par 4. It's only a 400 yarder. Oh, I duffed it. At least stay on the fairway. Don't do it. Don't do it. Long ass day at work, and then I hop out in the simulator. It's all good. I'm lucky to have this simulator. I really am. I've seen a lot of improvement in my golf game over the last year. 73. That shouldn't have gone that direction. And now I'm in a precarious section. Okay, let's get out the 60 degree and see if we can't get it to recognize some loft. Okay, it's seeing it for some reason as a putt. And I know, oh, goddamn double bogey. I know that if I tried to putt, it wouldn't recognize it at all, so I'm not really sure. There's just, what I'm trying to say in about 5,000 words is there's nothing you can really do about it. Don't put yourself in situations. If you're using the Garmin, don't put yourself in those situations. That's really the bottom line. That's really the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. Sneak up there, get left. Okay, we'll take a par after that piece of last hole. We're already on 18. Let's hit the 3-wood. That should have gone a little to the right, and I suppose it did. 14 yards offline. What do we got into the green? 160. What do I think is going to hit 160? Because everything's a little short. It is 6 p.m. here. I got to get inside and have some dinner and go to bed. See, that shot shaped a little bit. Oh, I would love if that stuck, but it's not going to. Damn you! All right, I think we finished with a par. Okay, that's a lot of strokes, fewer strokes than round one was. Let's check out the stats for the round and then close the video out. Burp. Nothing really to write home about here. You can see that the duration of the rounds is a lot shorter when you're using the Garmin or playing an auto putt event in general. That's not a secret. 20 putts, obviously you're not putting. Try again, buddy. But that's still like 1 point something putts per green, which is good. 10 greens, 6 fairways. Longest drive was 243, best ball speed was 141, and I don't know how many times I even struck the driver. But that was the auto putt for SGT for this week, being the week of Monday the 11th, 2025. I'm not sure what we ended up scoring, but if we were +6, I can't remember what we were before. It don't matter. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. That was the Garmin R10 in action. I should be using it at least once a week. Look, we'll make it bigger. Ooh, the Garmin is bigger. Oh, all right. That was pretty dumb. There, now it's a little smaller. There we go. Guys, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And I hope everybody has a good work week, Tuesday through whatever your work week is. Have a good one.